If you won next week, do you know what you would do?
If I won next week, do I know what I would do?
Just let these drench.
You know, my initial thought would be to go both Jed and Ty.
Oh yeah.
Because if you leave one off, they have the chance to compete in POV and keep both safe.
Yes.
So I think they would both have to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that way, if either wins.
And it honestly, at this point, it wouldn't even really matter which one goes. You just gotta break them up.
Yep. So yeah, I would have to go that.
That's probably what I would do too. It also like opens up conversation too. If we're in that position, if we get that position, we're like, look, this situation sucks. But whichever one of you stays, I'm actually doing you a favor. You will go farther separate than together.
Yep.
Oh, the fire though.
Oh yeah.
The only question would be if one of them came off, because my obvious choice would be to put up. Yeah.
See, I initially thought maybe Beth and one of the guys, but if one of the guys went, you can't do that.
You got to put them up together.
Yeah.
You'd have to be able, if one came down. The thing is, there's no one in the house that is like who is a super safe pawn that you know people aren't going to vote out if one of them's up. Do you know what I mean? Like, say if you put up both of them, one comes down, and then you put up Beth.
But no,
Beth,
you would have to put a pawn from our side. Because then you know the oddballs are not going to vote him out. You would have to do that. If you put Beth up, you leave the chance then for a flip.
And that Beth
you can't do it.
And
so
then both guys would stay.
You would have to put up a pawn from the oddball side.
Yeah.
And you'd have to say, okay, in a group setting, say, hey guys, we need a pawn for this in order for this to work.
Yes.
So that's the only way it would work. Because if Kiefer stays and Beth is here, if either of those come up, you have a potential for a flip, and then the two guys will stay.
Yeah.
So you have to do it.
You'd have to do it in a way that for sure one of them.
Yeah, you'd have to say,
go.
okay, guys, this is a team here, or
Yeah.
Like you'd have no choice.
Yeah, and people would just have to trust in like the bigger picture.
Yep. That will be the only move.
Yeah, or hopefully that somebody else wins the POV and it doesn't change. But I agree with you.
Yeah, that will be the only move.
And somebody on our side that's like not sketchy. Like you'd have to put up. Like I feel like either Austin or Braden would make a great
either of those. Yeah.
Because they've stayed out of everything.
Yeah.
There's really nothing you can say to flip them.
Mm-mm.
You know people wouldn't want to say their names.
Braden would probably be the safest one because.
But then would that make him really upset? You'd have to have
a conversation with him. Yeah, for sure. And the thing about it is if Austin goes up, she did win an HOH, so she did put two people up. Like the reasoning behind a flip for her. Yeah. Not that I would think it would happen, but with Braden, there's no reason.
I think everybody from Oppos knows that they have to be split up. And honestly, it would be doing one of them a favor. It would honestly be doing one of them a favor. They're almost sewering their game, how blatantly obvious they are to each other. Just because they are such appearing physical, smart.
Well, they're yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of duos.
Smart. There's a lot of yeah. I mean, they have the physical, they have the mental.
Together. It sounds crazy, but I would maybe want Ty to go, which sounds insane.
Yeah,
I think Jed has rubbed more people the wrong way. Oh, but Jed showed how freaking smart and fast he was in that POV. Holy.
He did.
It will be hard. Not impossible, but it will be hard. hope it's something I can win. It's actually like, so far in the comps, like, other than the wheelbarrow, which I knew, I've kind of been like sitting okay, like kind of like middle, but like closer to the end. I feel like I've got to be able to bust out a win.